Hello everyone and welcome to Medicated Housewife DIY, where crafting and mental health come together. My name is Sarah. In today's DIY video, we are making some gorgeous modern pedestal bowls from Dollar Tree items. They're beautiful high-end decor DIYs that you're gonna love, so stick around. And let's go make some stuff and jump right into this. To begin with, for our 3 quick and easy Dollar Tree DIY fall pedestal bowls, our first pedestal bowl begins with this plastic garden dish from the gardening section of Dollar Tree and this lovely bright yellow square plastic vase from the party section of Dollar Tree. And frankly, I was just happy to find a use for this super yellow vase, however you say it. I peeled the label off the garden dish and I'm using Gorilla Glue hot glue to attach the dish to the bottom of the vase that will serve as our pedestal base. I'm using Waverly white chalk paint to prime the entire pedestal bowl, both the bottom and the top pieces. Although this is not the final color or the final finish, I do want a nice thick coat of white paint to prime the piece as a base coat. So I'm going to be very generous with the paint and I'm going to leave ample drying time before continuing. So once the bowl is completely dried, I'm going to take it outside and spray it with this Rust-Oleum stone finish texture paint. I'll link it in the description below. I want it to have a rough stone finish and the color is like a beige with some cream and a touch of gray and white. It's a really nice color. And the texture adds some sophistication to the project. Next, I had 3 of those wooden snake toys from the Dollar Tree. I had already removed the tails and the heads to use in other projects, and I'm going to stain the wood bodies with some stain from Home Depot in the color Early American. When the bowl and the snakes are dry, I'm going to glue the snakes along the entire edge of the bowl. I used Super Gel glue from Dollar Tree and I then allowed that to dry overnight. And this is how my first DIY pedestal bowl turned out. I was really happy with this. The texture from the paint was super nice. I highly recommend the Rust-Oleum stone texture spray. Just be sure and prime whatever you're painting before using it. I really thought the snakes along the edge of the lip of the bowl brought the entire thing up a couple of notches, making it a truly sophisticated and modern, high-end looking DIY pedestal bowl. Let me know in the comments what you think. Moving on to pedestal bowl number 2. I had a small glass bowl from Dollar Tree and I'm using the 4 tails from the wooden snakes that we had just used in DIY number 1. I thought these tails would make the perfect little legs for this bowl. I broke out my mini cutting saw and made an attempt to cut each of the legs at a 45-degree angle at about 2.5 inches tall. I marked them and I tried to make my cuts with the mini saw, which even these tiny wood legs were just a bit too thick for this saw to cut all the way through. I was so excited to get this saw, but so far it's been a little disappointing for me. I'm hoping I find the perfect size of wood pieces for this saw to cut. I thought that would be the Jenga blocks, but not so much. Anyone out there that has any experience with this mini saw, please let me know in the comments what you use it for. I ended up finishing the cuts on all the legs with a small hand saw, which isn't easy on my arms, but it worked, and I spray painted the inside of the glass bowl with matte black spray paint. I'm going to be using Gorilla Glue hot glue to attach the little snake tail legs to the bottom of the bowl. I used a little extra glue for reinforcement on the legs and allowed that to dry, and then taped the inside of the lip of the bowl to get ready to spray paint the outside of the bowl and the legs. I used True Gold Metallic from Rust-Oleum and I was so upset with the color when it dried. It looked almost greenish, not really very metallic and not at all even an antique gold. It was just kind of ugly in my opinion, so I ended up spraying over the gold with some metallic rose gold paint, which definitely changed the look of this, but I thought it was much better than this original Rust-Oleum gold. And this is how DIY Pedestal Bowl number 2 came out. I'm not going to lie, it's not my favorite. The legs did not handle the paint or the glue very well, but it's cute, it's modern, it's black, it's rose gold. I don't hate it, I'm not mad at it. It's a cute little bowl that's easy to make. Next is Pedestal Bowl number 3. This is also using a glass bowl from Dollar Tree and another tiny glass bowl underneath it, also from Dollar Tree, as the pedestal part. So this is hardly a new idea. I am sure that you've seen this type of thing on 5-Minute Crafts and 1,000 other places, but I had never made this before and I wanted to give it a go. So using only hot glue, and I broke out my super old, like circa 1995 glue gun for this because my good glue gun was being very gloppy for some reason. And I thought I'd get some thinner lines with this tiny little old glue gun. So I'm making circles of random hot glue lines around the entire bowl from bottom to top, giving the glass some texture, but because the glue is relatively clear, it's got a slightly crystallish appearance. Now, I know you can paint over this to get a raised design kind of an effect, but I was looking at it and I decided to just leave it unpainted and clear. I felt like it had a little teensy bit of glam that way. I don't know why I don't have the footage, but I also glued this bowl onto the bottom of another tiny glass bowl to make it a pedestal. And this is how DIY Pedestal Bowl number 3 turned out. I think this is really cute. It looks sparkly with some little LED lights or a candle. It's charming and takes like 30 minutes to make using 2 small bowls and a bunch of cheap hot glue. I mean, easy peasy. You really can't go wrong with this one. Thank you so much for watching this Medicated Housewife DIY video. And if you enjoyed it, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Until next time, I'm the Medicated Housewife, and crafting is my medication.